Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 13th of December, 2017. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk. I'm feeling bright and cheerful after a very good sleep last night. Yes, after I chatted, we did a little bit of a nighttime show last night and had a little bit of a chat, didn't we? I went to bed straight away afterwards. Now, listen, a couple of people complaining that the sound hasn't been too high, and I had a little look around this last night, and indeed, I did find a little bit of a discrepancy with a little meter that's there, which I don't think you can see that. Just a moment. One moment, please. Referring you to another cam. Oh, you can see it. See that thing there? See that thing there going like that? Well, that should sit round about in the middle. And it was sitting in the middle, but on here, in front of me, I'd moved, or somehow the little thing on there, it's like a little up and down volume thing, was moved down, so they weren't comparing correctly with each other. So I think I've sorted that out now. Are we coming through loud and clear? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do let me know, please. I think we might do, in future, do our first messages right at the beginning of the show. Because often, what happens, so many come through after I've told about 10 stories, and we miss them out then. So if I do the early ones right at the beginning, then I've done those. Do you see what I mean? So, good morning. Our first message this morning comes from Al Kamar. Good morning, sir. I guess you're watching on one of the Learn English Facebook groups, are you? So welcome along to you, sir. Good morning to the lovely Diane Jebb. Second message this morning, Diane. Mark Cording's there. Good morning, Mark. Were you singing last night somewhere? Mark is top karaoke singer. His speciality, I think, is rock music. AC/DC, Highway to Hell. I was saying yesterday, one of your old videos popped up in my Facebook time. Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, I haven't opened up the other messages. Just a minute. If you're on Periscope or YouTube or Twitch or anything like that other than Facebook, if you're not on Facebook Live and you're on one of the others and you're typing a message, I won't get that. Just give it a second or two while that fires up. 1, 2, 3. Is that it? 3. There we go. YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. There you go. They're all up now. Sorry, you'll type your message again if you sent anything on there, because I won't have got that. I forgot to fire that up, okay? What was I saying? Yes, Mark's, an old video of Mark doing, I think it was Highway to Hell, at the Black Cap about 7 years? Oh, I think it must have been more than that. Can't remember now, but it came up on my time feed. That was your best ever performance, Mark, when you came running down from the stage through the entire pub, and I was going backwards with the camera. Oh, it looked very professional, dear. Yes, it was like being on the X Factor. Oh, I'd love that. Like they have on X Factor, the big set behind them and the camera that goes around. Oh, how marvellous, love. I mean, the best I can get going like that is my mate to go around with an iPhone. That's about the closest I can get to that. Morning, Mark. Good morning to Ray Reynolds, who's wishing everyone a Merry Wednesday. Good morning, Ray Reynolds, International. Ray Reynolds, International, is with us this morning. Rod Brown, good morning, Rod. Danny Gibbs, morning. We had a nice little bit of a chat with my friend Danny Gibbs last night on the phone. He lives up in Cleethorpes, which is up to north. He moved out of London. I hope you don't mind me telling him this. He moved out of London a few years ago. It was the best thing he did. Always good to get in all sorts of trouble, weren't you, dear? In London, but he's moved up north and away from London. Oh, he was saying to me last night that he would never want to move back to London. Would I? Would I ever buy something in central London? Number one, probably couldn't afford it. Number two, no, absolutely not. Funnily enough, I often drive on the Euston Road and I go past, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of brand new flats. There's one at the moment, one being built at the moment called Paddington Green. And as you go into London, as you go up and down, you're on that westway, the A40 you go, so you're going along that. And then you go down, don't you? And then you go up, almost like a humpback bridge, but very high. You go up, and on the right is this new lot of buildings called Paddington Green or Paddington Gardens, something like that. Well, honestly, they overlook the A40. Why would anyone want to live there? And they're small places. They're not great, big, massive, large rooms. I don't think they are anyway. I mean, I might be wrong at that. Maybe they are, but they don't look that big to me. But almost, it looks like, if you was to open the window and put your hand out, you could shake the hand of someone living in another block next to you. I mean, it's all very well being surrounded by glass, but what if you're only looking out onto another building? I think they're ghastly. Absolutely ghastly. And I don't understand. You would never be able to afford one of these. Most of the people watching this show or listening to this show this morning would not be able to afford one of those flats in Paddington Green or anywhere along that A40 where they're building hundreds of well, they're not even flatlets. Flatlets, they're so tiny. But to actually look out the window, and yes, some of them have got balconies. You go out on the balcony and sit there and breathe in the traffic fumes of London. I just don't get it. Don't get it at all. So no, I would never want to live in central London unless it was one of those lovely houses that goes around Regent Park. Or perhaps even a flat, one of those flats that overlooks Hyde Park. You know the ones? One side you've got that massively busy road, Kensington, Knightsbridge, is it Kensington High Street? Possibly Kensington High Street. That's the very busy road. On the other side, Hyde Park. Yes, please. £50 million. I'll have two, please. So if anyone wins the lottery and don't know what to do with the money, then please purchase me one of those flats. Either the one around. I'm not going to be awkward about this. Some people are awkward. Some people are awkward. I'm not going to be awkward. I'll give you a choice. One of the houses around Regent's Park or one of the houses or flats around Hyde Park. I must be looking out onto the park itself, though. I'm not going to be awkward. There's some people, you give them an inch and they take a yard, don't they? You know those sort of people. You promise them that you're going to do, you say that you're going to do something, and then they try and extend it to doing something else. Oh, would you like a drink? Oh, yeah, please, I'll have a drink. Oh, can I have one for my friend as well? I didn't offer your friend a drink, dear. I offered you a drink. You know the sort I mean. Don't give them an inch. And I'm quite known that I don't give an inch anymore. No, because people take a yard. I never forget, I was working at one place once and they say, the governor said, would you be happy to take a small pay cut of £10? No, it's okay, I'll go, no problem. Oh, I thought you'd say that. We thought we'd ask anyway. Because you know that £10 will be £20 next year because you've already done it once. No, never give an inch. That's the way to do it. Good morning to Luke, who's watching on YouTube this morning. Good morning, Luke. Good morning to the lovely Merlin and Craig Wright. Good morning, Craig. Craig and his little family there. I've known you since you was about 15, haven't I? On the internet. Watching or listening to this rubbish that I transmit all across the world all the time. Good morning, Craig. Hope you're doing all right with your little family there. And Craig's always used to be starting up new businesses. What are you doing now? Mobile phones or whatever. What are you doing now? Good morning to Juan. Good morning, sir. Welcome. Who's in, I think, New York. Are you New York, Juan? Juan? I think you are. Yes, that sound's working well this morning now. So I think we've sorted out the little sound issue that we had. And thank you to those of you, in particular, Gustav, who mentioned the quiet sound, and Jason as well. Good morning to Det Reed up there in Scotland. Have you got a lot of snow up there at the moment, Deck? I think it's nice and cold and snowy. Keep it up there. It's actually warmed up a little bit here at the moment. I popped out last night to put some rubbish out. And it had been raining, and definitely it was warmer than the afternoon. I had a lot of driving last night. Oh, God. I went up to see this place that I'm doing tomorrow night in Beulah here, the Beulah Spa, which is in Norwood. I'm doing just two quite Christmassy karaoke things up there. And I left the house at 4 o'clock. I drove all the way there, and it said an hour and 20 minutes. Well, it was 2 hours to get there. Oh, so I got there. I was in the place about 5 minutes flat, just seeing where I could plug my stuff in and how much to bring. Don't need much stuff at all there, it turns out. And then I drove home again. I must have been driving for 3.5 hours last night. Not only that, I had a dating app open and not one message. I've changed the picture now. What is the point, eh? Good morning to Neil Young. Yes, one of my festive jackets. I thought I had 3 Christmas jackets, but it turns out I can't find the other one, so I may only have had 2. I hope it's not in a box somewhere. You know, and just after Christmas you'll be... Oh, there's the jacket. You know, I've got this one and a green one. This one and a green, which I shall be alternating. Also at the... shall I wear this tonight at the King's Head Theatre Bar? I think I might wear this at the King's Head Theatre Bar tonight as well. They're a funny lot in there. The theatre people are a funny lot. It's like when I'm doing the quiz, they haven't got the spotlight and they don't like that. Which I have for about an hour and a half, then I go home again. Oh dear. Hello to Henry Gay. I think you're new, Henry. Welcome to the show, sir. Hawan says it's freezing. Please some eggnog. Oh, vile stuff. How can you drink that? Eggnog. Oh, I mean, it looks lovely in the bottle. Let it stay there. That's what I say. Talking of things to eat and drink, I just want to point out that the lovely fudge that Maureen bought me is still tightly in the box. It will be eaten over Christmas. Okay? So just in case you were worrying that I had eaten the fudge, no, it's still there. Maureen also, she bought me a little plant this week as well, which was rather nice. A yellow orchid. I think it might be similar to that one. But this one isn't in flower. So that's on the windowsill down in the living room. Good morning, Shane. I'm glad you like the background. People actually think that's a real tree. Look, and it's not. That's a picture. And that's a real tree, as proved by camera 2. There we are. Look, real tree. Hang on. See, it's shaking. That's a real tree. And the other one there is a picture of a tree. I don't think I needed the real tree, to be honest. The picture is that good, isn't it? It wasn't very expensive, that picture on the back. About 15 quid, I think, something like that. But worth it. I've got one downstairs as well. You might have seen, if you were with us for the late night show last night, I did put the picture on the wall, but it does need a bit of an iron. The only thing is, on the wall, there's this, what's that row that goes around the middle of it? Dayglow. No, it's not. Is Dayglow row. There's a row that goes, and so of course the picture won't go around it, and there's a bit of a crease in the middle. But no one seems to notice. Not bothered, are you? No one's bothered. All this effort that I go to. Mark's. Oh, that was 7 years ago. That video, was it really? When you're doing Highway to Hell. Gosh. Henry's in Liberia. Welcome. Those of you watching in Liberia. Am I big there? Where is it I am big? Latvia. Apparently there's statues and grottos to me in Latvia. Did you know that? That's what Anthony always... Is it Ash? Ash or Anthony keeps telling me. I think he's lying. Paddington Basin. Yes, I think... No, that's another... I think that's another one, Merlin. Paddington Basin. That's another load of flats. Good morning, Gary. So there's Paddington Green. There's definitely a Paddington Green or Paddington Gardens. And there's a Paddington... There's loads of them along that road. God, they're just horrible. I mean, they're probably soundproofed and all that. But you just got to keep the windows closed. I bet all those windows go black really easily. You know, due to the traffic fumes and film and diesel particulates that you're breathing in. Well, I hope they're near a hospital over there. No doubt anyone buy one of those flats is guaranteed to get lung cancer within a few years. Dreadful. Merlin says he looks at the apartments around there. The ones overlooking the road are cheap, but all the others cost a fortune. When you say cheap, what do you mean? Are they affordable housing? You know, starting at £400,000. Affordable housing. Well, a load of old crap that is. Affordable housing. Who can afford those? People who... How much... if you want a mortgage, £400,000, that's got to cost you £1,500 a month, isn't it? Who's earning that? Which one of you is earning more than £1,500 a month? And if so, are you free? Good morning to Jonathan, who's loving the background. Thank you very much. We always go to effort, Jonathan. You know that. All the stops are pulled out like the stops on a big old organ. They really are. Thank you very much. Yes, New York. I thought you were one. Come on, Craig. There we are. Craig Wright Electrical. Staff Milo Telecoms. 4 staff. Wow. Wow. You've done well, Craig. Because you started those companies up as a very young person, didn't you? You really did. I love to see, and this happens quite a lot now, younger people, people who were much younger. Take, for example, my nephew. Who was 19 years old, finished his apprenticeship, went to the bank, took out a $6,000 loan and opened his own business and is doing fantastically well. Fantastically well. That's one nephew. One of my other nephews, he's 32. Took him a bit longer to get going. He had a normal job and then he had the family and all that. Now he's got going. He buys and sells stuff on eBay. That's his business. He buys stuff that's broken, right? Dirt cheap, or sometimes they just, can you come round and collect it? Just gets it for nothing, fixes it, does it up, cleans it all up, sells it at a profit. That's his business. And my niece, who also, she had a chair and a hairdresser's. The lease came up, she bought the lease. She took out a loan, bought the lease, has her own hairdressers. You with your electrical business. I've got another bloke, he doesn't watch the show, Sam, his name, Sam Desmond, who was my sound boy when I was DJing in a club called Heaven in London. Then became a DJ himself, now got his own DJ agency. I just love it. And then years later, you see them come up like yourself, Craig, and they're not there all the time. I know you're not there all the time. Most people don't watch a show all the time. They just dip in and out now and again. And then you see, they send you a message and you see them, how are you? What are you doing now? And you've done so well. And if you pull your finger out, you can do well. All these people say, I can't get a job. Well, try harder then. Try harder. That's what my nephew said. He's up north. Possibly, and you're in Wales. Not easy to find a job in these places. Not like being in London. You just walk in McDonald's. I mean, if you can't get anything else, you can probably walk in McDonald's or a Tesco's Express down there and find a job doing something. Wales and the north of England, I think, is completely different. And I had my nephew on the show once. I got him to ring in. I said, what do you say to the young people who say they can't get a job? And he said, try harder. That's what he said. Not me. Not me, him. Well done, Craig. Merlin says, I grew up around Paddington, more Westbourne Park, and went back to look at properties. It's shocking how much they are. How much are those properties overlooking the road? Do you know, Merlin? Any idea? Don't know. Good morning, Sandra. Morning, Sandra. Now, you're someone's mum. Sandra. Are you Wendy's mum? Are you Wendy's mum, Sandra? Can't remember now. Sandra says, hope you're well. Have a wonderful Christmas in Louth, Lincolnshire. Now, Sandra, one of my friends lives, one of my brother-in-laws lives in Louth, David. Yes, funnily enough, I was on Rightmove yesterday looking at the Lincolnshire Wolds. What a beautiful part of the world. Sometimes I look at the stuff in Lincolnshire because I think, maybe I should move up there to be closer to my nieces and nephews and sister and great nieces and great nephews and things like that. I could just do this all the time then. I don't know if I could ever sell this house, but I could have perhaps a smaller place up there, maybe. Take out a small mortgage or sell something and buy that. And I looked at Louth. I know exactly what I'd want. A small place with a big garden on its own. None of this semi-detached or terraced. No, small place on its own. And there seems to be quite a lot up there. Starting at 160. You have a look, boys and girls. If you're in London, and I know what the prices are in London, type in 3 bedrooms detached bungalow in Rightmove in Lincolnshire, and you will die when you see what you get for £160,000. Killed it, or a bit more. Good morning, Benji. Benji's got a good job. He's just popped up on there. Did you see that? Benji works in the perfume department in Harrods. Not downstairs, upstairs. You've got to have special permission to go up there. What's the most expensive perfume you're selling at the moment, Benjamin? It's like thousands and thousands of pounds for a tiny little bottle like that. Thousands, dear. Not like the brute that I used to get in the 1970s. Do you remember that? Here you are, Merlin. £350,000 starting at £350,000 for one of those places in Paddington. Oh dear. This 3-bedroomed house is worth more than that. For that pokey little old flat. Gary says it's cold up in Lincolnshire. That's true enough, yes. I hope they don't get too much snow around Christmas time because I'm, of course, driving up there when my mate's moving down here, isn't he? I'm making Juan laugh this morning. I'm so glad. Dado Rail. Thank you. Thank you, Craig. I thought it was Dado Rail. Dado Rail, that's it. A glass of champagne from Juan. Oh, that would be nice. If I come to New York, I'll let you know. Doubtful at the moment. The only time I'd come to New York at the moment is to see another Barry Manilow concert. Looks like we made it even now. Eggnog is advocat. Correct, Neil. I'm sure it is. Horrible looking stuff. Looks like... Well, no, not horrible looking. I don't think I'd like the taste of that. Is it thick? It must be like drinking custard. I don't think I'd like to drink custard. Thank you, Juan. Oh, dear. Monday, was it Monday? What's today? Wednesday. Yeah, Monday's show. Foolishly, I was uploading the show. I'd uploaded the show. And then I was kind of pasted onto people's walls. And it went on a wall that I accidentally put it on a group wall that it shouldn't be on. Not because it's, there was anything dodgy in it. It just shouldn't have gone on this wall. And then I deleted it. And foolishly, I deleted the entire show from everyone's walls and everyone's birthdays. And everyone, oh, God. And once you've done that, you can't go back. You can't undelete it on Facebook. So what I had to do was copy and paste the YouTube link onto the Facebook wall so it would be back up there. The only thing is, by doing that, you lose, see where you're typing the messages there this morning, you lose all those messages. And you just got like a blank thing on there. And I think that's a shame. I think people do like to go back and see their messages or other people's messages sometimes. So if you were looking for that on Monday, you'll only find a YouTube link, okay? Not the actual Facebook upload kind of as it was happening, all right? Thank you those of you that are taking the time and trouble to share the show to your walls this morning. That's very nice. Juan says, I like Barry Manilow singing at the Copacabana, the greatest spot in Havana, at the Copa. Yes, we like that one. I do that with maracas, Juan. Maracas. I'll bring my maracas to New York one day. Okay? Neil says my granny used to drink the eggnog. It's horrible. Oh, it looks lovely in the bottle. Let it stay there, though. That's what I say. That is what I say. Good. Now, well, I'm a little bit concerned at the moment. There's a large asteroid near us. And they think it's quite possibly an interstellar alien spacecraft. How exciting. On the BBC website yesterday, it says a project searching for intelligent life in the cosmos is going to check the first known interstellar asteroid for signs of alien technology. They think that there may be aliens in this asteroid because of the shape. It looks a long thing. Doesn't look like a normal thing to me. I know you can't see it up there. It's like a long shape. It could be a piece of old rock. We don't know. Well, obviously, people are worried about this. The odd-shaped object was detected as it sped towards the sun on the 19th of October. Its properties suggested it originated around another star, making it the first such body to be spotted in our cosmic neighbourhood. An initiative backed by billionaire Yuri Milner. I wonder what he does. Yuri Milner, what does he do? Anyone know? Don't know what he does. Will use a radio telescope to listen to signals from the alien craft. But perhaps they're probably listening to this show. I reckon aliens all over interstellar place are at this moment beaming their dishes towards Bracknell. just to watch the show. Yes, I think that's true. The team's efforts have begun with astronomers observing the asteroid, which is currently speeding away from our solar system across 4 different radio frequencies band. Oh, so it's already been here then, is it? Has it gone past already? Oh, well, that was quick. You would have thought they popped in. You know, like on that, what's that film? I'll do the tune. Da, 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 da. Should I do it with an echo? Here it comes. Da, 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 da. Can you do it? Let's do it together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Da, 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 da. What's that one? The day the earth tomorrow? Earth tomorrow? The day the earth stood still? Tomorrow never comes? Don't know. Da, 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 da. The first set of observations are due to last for 10 hours. So it's all very worrying. We think there might be aliens coming. I wouldn't like to be an alien visiting this planet. I can just see them getting off that spaceship after singing their song. Da, 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 da. Close Encounters. Thank you, Gary. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I love that film. A little spaceship opens and little people come down, don't they, with big heads. Thank you, Juan. Juan says he'd love to ride around the world in that alien ship. Meet and greet, and I say, the trouble is, as soon as they'd blow it up, you know, the Americans or Russians, they wouldn't wait to meet anyone. They'd just blow it up straight away, wouldn't they? Or that other bloke, King Ping Pong Jing Jong, who's got all the nuclear warheads. He wants to become the world's biggest nuclear power. How exciting. How exciting. Why is it that they need all these things and bits and pieces to make them more powerful than ever? What's the point of that? No one can ever use nuclear weapons because it just blows everyone else. As soon as if it was far towards us, what would we do? So, it's a nuclear weapon. No, we'd push the button as well. Blow them up. I think that's probably what keeps the world safe. The fact that so many countries have got these nuclear weapons and what have you. You know, if say, North Korea and America, they've both got them. So if one fires at the other one will fire their one back. Both destroyed. So it can't work, can it? But, saying that, I think it's probably kept the world safe. Haven't you? I don't like nuclear. I don't like anything nuclear power, anything like that. They got that blooming great big one the Chinese are building, aren't they? Not that it doesn't matter who builds it. You know, don't like nuclear power. Yes, small man syndrome. That's what it's called, Neil, I think. Having to have all these weapons. My weapon is my microphone. Oh, yes. Why can't they use their weapons to make people laugh? Oh, dear me. Right, let's have a look here. 1 second. We've got lots of stories to tell you today. Have we got anything else here? Oh, my mate's in Austria at the moment. He's having a little 4-day holiday. They're staying at the Ritz in Austria. Apparently, it's really nice. Him and his boyfriend. When I say that, don't think they've spent a lot of money on that, right? Because his boyfriend runs a hotel. So he gets hotels dirt cheap all over the world. I don't know how they'll probably remember some exclusive club or something like exclusive hoteliers club where they go to different hotels and well, you come here and I'll go there and we'll do it for nothing. Yes, I think that is the case. And apparently he was in a Christmas market yesterday, my mate and his other half, and they were walking around there drinking warm apple cider. I don't know what that's like. Sounds quite nice, doesn't it? Although I'm not a fan of mulled wine. Oh, it's vile. Tastes like washing up water. Disgusting stuff. You see it in a lot of pubs in London at the moment. As we're coming towards Christmas, you'll have a big metal container, or like almost like a witch's cauldron, and it's full of this bubbling liquid. Well, it's not necessarily bubbling, but it's warm. Oh, it's horrible. It smells delicious, but wait till you taste it. So he was drinking warm apple cider. looking around the Christmas market in Austria, and it was all decorated nice with lights and things. The only thing missing apparently was snow. Isn't that funny? They didn't have any snow in Austria. I hope he was looking around for Julie Andrews and the Nuns. The hills are alive, la la la, with the sound of music. And who's the old bag that stands at the window? Climb every mountain, search high and low. I hope they're going to visit the convent in The Sound of Music. Yes, have you not seen it? Oh, I haven't seen The Sound of Music. Oh, well, you don't know where you're living, dear. Is it like the Terminator? No, it's nothing like the Terminator. It's a wonderful family, lovely film. And this car pulls up, doesn't it? The German's car pulls up outside the convent, and the German soldiers go in and the nuns go out and nick the starter motor. I love it. I hope he's going to go and visit that. The hill where Julie Andrews sang, twirling around and round. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Neil reckons that thing is not a spaceship. It's just a funny-shaped asteroid. Do you reckon? Do you reckon that's what it is? Wallet says my clothes are so funny. This is a very expensive jacket, Wallet. Oh, I'm disappointed you find it amusing. I won't bother in future. Dear me. All right, good morning to Paul. Good morning, Paul, who likes the festive drop behind us. Thank you. No expense spared, as you well know, Paul. All right. Right. Oh, is that what's that there? Good. So he's in Austria at the moment. Nativity plays. Anyone been to see any nativity plays? Two of my nephews. Oh, no, echo's still on, isn't it? Sorry. Two of my nephews and two of my great nephews and one of my great nieces have all been little stars. Little stars. Nephew George has been playing a king, as in we three kings of Orient. He was a king, melting my niece's heart as he stood on stage, iterating his lines. I wish I'd gone up to see it actually. It was like trouble. It was on a Friday, and I work on a Friday. And great nephew Harry, he was a shepherd, with a stake and that thing like that carry the sheep's. What's that called? That thing, the hook thing, or what's that called? Can't remember what that is now. The hook, stay. Is it a stay? I don't know what it is. And yesterday, great niece Emily was a star. As in a star, like a star up there. She was a star. And apparently, according to my niece, she spent the entire performance looking totally uninterested and picking at her nails. So here's my question to you this morning, and you can call in about this if you want to. Phone lines are now open. A number has appeared as if by magic on your TV screen. 02081 144 3477 is my local London number. I've also put you, this means nothing to you at all, on another fader now, so we shouldn't get the crackling. One of my faders is worn out, but I've got two spare ones on there. So if you want to call in about this, you are welcome to do so. Were you ever in a school nativity? Or maybe your school doesn't do nativities. Didn't do nativities, and you did something else. Did you do that? If so, what part did you play? And how did it go? 020 8144 3477 is my local London number. I have Skype as well. If you want to Skype in, you can Skype in. Skype name, United Kingdom Talk. All right, so there's a little something. If you want to, you don't have to call in. I don't worry too much about phone-ins, as you well know. Were you ever in a school nativity? What part did you play? How did it go? Or perhaps we did a different show. Maybe it was something different at Christmas. You did something different. What part did you play in that? And what was it? What was the performance? Maybe you did, I don't know, Beauty and the Beast. Down the test of time. Or Pocahontas. Pocahontas. How's that one go? La da 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 da. Good morning. Those of you watching on the lovely Periscope this morning as well, someone says I'm a jolly chap. You've got to be jolly in this world. No need being miserable like Trump and old King Ching Chong Ping Pong. They're just miserable all the time. Why can't they be happy? Like us. We're all happy here together, aren't we? Were you in a nativity? Do let me know. As I say, my niece, she just spent all her time picking her nails, looking totally disinterested by the whole thing. I think perhaps it's because she didn't have a speaking part. It must be terrifying. I can't remember being in a school nativity. I suppose I was. I played the piano for one when I was like 11 years old. I played the piano. Yeah. I can't read music. I listen and then I play by ear. I'm not a brilliant piano player. I just do it for my own thing downstairs in the living room. I used to play the organ at church. I've done that a few times, and I stopped doing that because I was terribly nervous about making a mistake. You know, and if I make a mistake downstairs on my piano while I'm playing to myself, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. If you do it in church and you're playing an organ and you've got all the stops out, that's a bit of a worry. Because everyone looks at you, oh my God, did you hear that note? So I stopped doing it. I got really nervous about playing the organ in church. It's strange, isn't it? And you can get paid for it. I never took any money for that. I thought, well, you know, you do that sort of thing for the love of the church. Other people do it as a job and they can go and play at a mass or a service and they get 50 quid for that. I couldn't take money from the church, really. I just thought, well, you know, if you love the church, then that's why you do it. So I used to do that. But the only reason I stopped playing was really I was frightened of making mistakes all the time. I didn't really make mistakes. Oh, I dropped a pair of glasses. You know, I'm always saying I can't find my glasses. I've got blooming 3 pairs in here now. Look, 1, 2, 3 pairs of glasses here. Look, 3 of them now. And I don't need any of them today. Sometimes I need my glasses, sometimes I don't. Strange that, isn't it? Let's have a look. John says, I was Joseph in our nativity, but she wanted to be Mary. Did you? Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. I tried that one at the karaoke the other night. Very unsuccessful. It's funny when you're doing a karaoke song. Some songs suit you and others don't. I think that's true to say that, isn't it, really? So there we are. That's the nativity story. There was a story in our local paper. Funnily enough, Father David at church was talking about this. In the Bracknell News, the super soaraway Bracknell News this week, a local school celebrated the festive period with their first live nativity performance. You probably think that's nothing unusual, but it is. Wait for it. Wait, it's coming. This was unlike your average performance, however, as the show featured 4 goats, 3 camels, 2 sheep and a donkey. But there were no bit parts for the primary school children at Home Grange. Funnily enough, their headmistress sits next to me at the front of church on a Sunday. At Home Grange School in Wokingham, as they were joined in their storytelling of the miracle of Christmas by the live animals. They were live animals. 4 goats. What noise do goats make? I don't know. They're a bit scary, goats, aren't they? A few months ago, was it last year? It might have been last year. Myself, my nephew and his family, there's 3 children, Olivia, she's the one who's very badly disabled. There's Evie, who's 5 now, and there's Harry, who's 4. And we went to this zoo somewhere. It's like an outdoor zoo, so not cages. What's that called? Safari. I think it was a safari type part. I can't remember exactly now where it was now, funnily enough. Anyway, we went there. And we went in this goat enclosure. Okay. Good morning, Ross. And there is a sign there saying the goats can occasionally barge you. Okay, that's all right. Anyway. So, great niece Evie, we're in there. And we got some food to feed them. You hold your hands out and they can't come and take it off your hand. You hold it flat. Anyway, so great niece Evie, she had her hand out and a goat came over. But then loads of other goats came over and she got a bit scared. Oh, they got scary eyes, haven't they, goats? I'm not keen on goats. Anyway, these were real animals. 4 goats, 3 camels. Don't they spit at you? Goat, camels, 2 sheep, and a donkey. Oh dear. The story started in a wooded area of the school, and the characters and their guests travelled through the trees to a clearing where a crib was set up. Mary and Joseph, with a donkey, followed the angel Gabriel. I think I would be a good angel, don't you? I think I would play a very good angel. Do angels make noises at all? Or do they have to be silent? The angel Gabriel from heaven came. La da 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 da. That's difficult to play on the piano, that one. The angel Gabriel holding a star. See, my great niece could have done that. Holding the star, accompanied by the shepherds tending their flock of sheep and some goats. The Magi and their 3 camels came to visit the manger. The camels were provided by Joseph's Amazing Camels, the donkey from Total Farm Nursery, a parent brought along the sheep, and 4 pygmy goats are permanent residents of the home grain school. They actually live there, these goats. Ah, so that was it, a live nativity. That's a different thing, isn't it? We like a live nativity. John says my mate Simon is on the Boney M record. Oh, can we get him in? Can we get him in to do a live performance? Hark now, hear the angels sing, a king is born today. That man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. I love it, dear. But the trouble is it then goes into another song. Oh, the morning the world was began, there were tears of joy. And then that's when I went all wrong on the karaoke. Didn't quite work for me. My Christmas song is Shakin' Stevens' Merry Christmas, Everybody. Sun is falling all around us, children playing, having fun. Are you singing Christmas songs? I do hope so. We've got a Christmas, tonight's quiz, incidentally. Are you in North London tonight, boys and girls? Because if you are, I host a quiz tonight. Here it is. At the King's Head Theatre Pub, 115 Upper Street, Islington, on this Wednesday from 8:30. So that's tonight from 8:30 p.m. It's all Christmas this week. And the music round will be Christmas songs. Okay? Things like... oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. I've given you an answer there as one of the answers. I'm giving you the answers. You could win tonight a £30 barter. Is it 25 or 30? Might be 25. I'll say 25, then if it's 30, then you get a nice surprise, won't you? 25 bar tab, bottle of or a bottle of wine. That's tonight, this Wednesday, tonight, at the King's Head Theatre Bar from 8:30, hosted by yours truly. The whole quiz is Christmassy. All right? Andy says, do you live stream your quizzes? I did try that once, but the sound didn't work too well. Plus, we have a picture round, and it gets a little bit complicated. You wouldn't be able to see the pictures unless I took a photo first and kind of put it up there, I suppose. But no, I don't. I don't stream the quizzes, unfortunately. John says my favourite is Last Christmas by Wham. Oh, yeah. Last Christmas, you gave me your soul, heart. Last Christmas, you gave me your heart, but the very next day, you take it away. That one, is it? Oh, by the great George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. Poor old George from last year. Still can't get over that one. It was just a real shock, that one, wasn't it? All right, what else have we got here? Good news for water bills. Have you got a water bill? Household water bills in England and Wales will fall by between £15 and £25 a year. From 2020. But how much will they go up before then? That is the question. They'll probably shove them up £50 a year before that. 50, 50, 50. Oh, let's take £15 off. Isn't that good? No. No. A forthcoming price review will give water companies less wiggle room. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Let's wiggle together. Are you ready? Wiggle, wiggle. Less wiggle room to recover the cost of debt and equity from customers. Ofwat was, that's the organisation that looks after water prices, was criticised by an influential government committee in 2016 for overestimating water firms' costs. So that's something to look forward to, boys and girls. Since privatisation in 1989, water bills have risen above inflation by about 40%, leading to a debate about whether privatisation works for that industry. I don't think it does work for every industry, privatisation. I thought it worked very well for the telephone companies. I was a BT engineer. I was a BT operator. I would director inquiries because I wanted to be an engineer, but I didn't have qualifications, so I just got in the door by becoming a BT British Telecom operator. I went director inquiries, then operator, then back to director inquiries. Then I went to answering the phones for the engineers. Then I became an engineer. Oh, that was a great job. British Telecom engineer, knocking on people's doors. Good morning, engineers. In you go, fix the telephone, climb up a telegraph pole. I loved that job. Really, really enjoyed that job a lot, actually. And I do miss that sometimes. Can I just blow my nose? Just a moment now. I'll turn the sound off so you can't hear the noise. One moment. That's better. What I need to do is go swimming now, you see. When you're swimming alone, when you're swimming along, the water goes up your nose. I think it clears it out. Often I can be seen sneezing in the swimming pool. People usually give me a wide berth while I'm doing that for some reason. Huh? Hello to On Genchi. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show, sir, who likes my coat of many colours. And he's watching in Kenya. If you're wondering, regular people who watch the show, if you're wondering why lots of new people come up now, and they're from all sorts of various countries all over the world, it's because I now put the show on some of the Learn English websites, on Facebook groups, because I thought, as well as like getting the message across sort of thing, they might like to hear something else other than the BBC. Obviously, I don't talk like they do on the BBC, like the Victoria Derbyshire show or the BBC World Service. Have you listened to that? This is London. Oh, they don't play that tune anymore, do they? On the flute. They have an orchestral version, as done by David Arnold, I think. David Arnold, who's a great composer of music. Indeed, he wrote the theme music that I use, you know. Da, 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 da. He did the BBC World Service new version of can't remember what that's called now. Good morning, Mark Jones. Up a bit late today, dear. We've nearly finished. What time is this? God, hope you're well. There, he wrote that music as well. Oh, there's a fly in here. Where's that gone? There was a tiny fly. Where has that come from? Have I opened my wallet? Now, that's strange. There's a little bear over there. I don't know if you can see that. Just a moment. Let's swap over one. What is that, number 3? That one there. Can you see that? Oh, yes, you can. I think you can. Can you see that bear over there? Look, can you see the Union Jack bear in the plant? I never put that in there. It's gone over there on its own. Look. Bear over there. It's gone over there on its own. Very, very spooky and strange and mysterious. That was that there. Right. What's the time now, darlings? Is it nearly 10:30? Yes. I'll just do one more story and then we'll do today's birthdays. Okay, boys and girls. Now, what story shall I tell you? The whole water bill thing. What a load of old rubbish that is. We've got to wait, 3 years for it to come down £25. And you know it'll go up about £25 every time anyway, wouldn't it? before that. God, that was a wonderful job at British Telecom. I did enjoy that. Yeah. If I went back to it now, it would be completely different because we didn't have computers then. There were no computers. Computer lines were just starting to be put in. And that's not broadband. No, so you'd have your telephone and you would have a computer line as well, which was just basically another telephone line. It wasn't fast. What are you lot on now? I mean, I've got a 300 meg connection here. I'm on Virgin Media. Most people have got something that's sort of between 50 and 100 meg now, I think. In those days, it was like a quarter of a meg or less than that. There's no way you could do like TV shows like this. You couldn't do this. No way. When you clicked on a picture, like on a newspaper, it would come on the screen. And you have to wait for it to come down. That's how long it took. Little modems, 24K modem. K, not M, K. 24K modem. Oh, let's have a look at that. You come back 2 minutes later and the photo might have loaded up. And I think British Telecom had like the first kind of text thing. It was called Prestel. Prestel, it was similar to teletext, but I think you got a lot more on it. Teletext doesn't exist anymore, does it? It's something else now, isn't it? Just text or something like that, I think it's called. Yes, very strange. Finally then, let's just do one more. Now, be careful what you're eating in Egypt. This is in this morning's Daily Mail, okay? And it says, an Egyptian pop singer arrested after eating a banana suggestively while wearing skimpy clothing in her music video has been jailed for 2 years for inciting debauchery. Christ, they want to come here and see some of the girls dancing on our tellies in virtually bra and knickers. Look at Rihanna. It's all hanging out. Or Little Minx. Little Minx. Mix. Isn't it? I mean, do they have any clothes on? I think they're just little colours drawn on their bits and pieces. We will soon have naked people on the television, I'm sure of it. This woman, Shamaya Ahmed, better known by her stage name Shaima, appears in the video in her underwear before a classroom of young men. Look at all the blokes, they're straight on the YouTube now looking for this. The blackboard behind her has a Class 69 written on it. And she proceeds to suggestively eat an apple and a banana and pour milk over the fruit. Why is that suggestive? I don't understand. The video to her song, I Have Issues, created a stir on social media in conservative Egypt and was discussed on TV talk shows. I should think so as well. Prosecutors ordered the 25-year-old to be detained over the racy video clip following a flurry of complaints. But an Egyptian court has since jailed the little-known singer for 2 years on inciting debauchery, judicial sources said. The singer, who was found 10,000 Egyptian pounds, which is about $560 can appeal the verdict to a higher court. The director of the video was also fined and sentenced to 2 years in prison, but in absentia. I don't know what that is, absentia. Both defendants were accused of inciting debauchery and producing a video harming public morality. Well, they want to come over here and have a look at the stuff on our telly. Cool, blimey. Have you seen the stuff on the telly? The only way is Essex. Bonking and rowing. That's all they do. Bonking and rowing. I must say, obviously I don't know. I have parents, but sitting with parents watching some of this. Oh yes, I remember now. I was in Norfolk Island actually, and a friend of mine and her children were watching MTV. And I think it was Rihanna that came on the telly in this bra and knickers singing and pulsating and thrusting. I felt really uncomfortable watching that with the lady who I knew there and her children all sitting there watching it like it was just a normal thing. I just think it's a bit wrong, don't you? Is that me being old-fashioned? No, you're really old-fashioned, Chris. Is that it? I think that might be the case, mightn't it? Anyway, let's do today's birthdays, and then it's time to disappear into the dark, boys and girls, or into the light in today's case. Today's birthdays. Let me just bring those up for you. One moment, please. Here we are. Happy birthday today to Chris Lotz, regular correspondent. We get about 4 emails a year from Chris. Come on, Chris. Time for a Christmas message, mate. Where's my Christmas email? Happy birthday to you, Chris. Doesn't say how old you are. Yes, it does. 45. 9 years younger than me. Happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday today to Jamie Wake, who's 40 years old today. Happy birthday, Jamie. Gary Hibberts. Good morning, Gary. Happy birthday to you. And Patrick Hoy. Now, if you're in the States, you might know Patrick Hoy. He's on QVC. QVC. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, hello and welcome to QVC. Today, we're going to sell this pair of glasses. As you can see, we all need glasses to see properly. Just look at the quality of the lenses here. You would be hard pushed to break those. The handles or the ear things are very, very strong. They don't go, and you put them on. You know, at the moment, I'm looking at you, boys and girls, and I can barely see you. Oh, my God, you've just burst into full colour, and I can now see you perfectly. Now, these glasses are something that you will definitely want to have, boys and girls. If there's anything you're watching on QVC today, then this is the most important thing that you will see. And you can own these now for just $750. Payable in several easy instalments, starting at $100 per month for 8 months with a small amount of interest. You need these glasses. $750. Quickly, time is running out. Quickly now, we've only got 5,000 pairs left. I could do that job, you see, Patrick, I could do the job. Does anyone want another British talk person on QVC America? QVC, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's QVC. Hey, happy birthday, gang. Here comes the song. Oh, I haven't got it here. Hang on a minute. I haven't lined up the song. How rude. Here it comes. Here it comes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Chris, Jamie, Gary and Patrick. Happy birthday to you. There we are. Another little show done. Andy says, can you do a penny a month? Christmas left me a bit strapped for money. No, go and take out a loan. Go and take a loan out. Penny a month. I've heard it all now. We'll never get the money back. What if you die before you've paid for it? Who's going to pay for them then? It's outrageous. That's it for the show today. Thank you very much for joining us, boys and girls. I'll see you on the next show. Don't forget tonight, it's quiz night tonight at the King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street in Islington. The Wednesday quiz starting at 8:30. Have a lovely day, boys and girls, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.